Nintendo unveiled their first new Joy-Con at the Direct, and it seems like they're headed in a very neon direction. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce, joined by Jake and Gabe. Today, interesting post from Reddit user Nelson64 highlighting a potential neon future for Nintendo. We've seen them release a neon red and neon blue Joy-Con. At the Direct, announced a neon yellow to match up with ARM's logo. Do we think that Nintendo is going to eschew the basic colors and go all neon in their accessory releases?
At least for now.
I hope so, because these mock-ups look amazing.
They do look really cool, and Nelson64 posted, obviously, the official neon red, neon blue, and neon yellow, but then very good-looking mock-ups for neon orange, neon green, neon purple, and neon pink, and ironically, these kind of match up with upcoming releases. Neon orange and neon green and neon purple, technically, and neon pink even. Any of those could work with Splatoon 2.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I said green and pink because that's like their main marketing scheme. When you look up Splatoon 2, like all of their posters and stuff are mainly green and pink, which that neon green and pink is an amazing combination from these mock-ups.
Yeah, a lot of these could actually be combined in like very, very cool ways. So I don't want like exclusively neon Joy-Cons forever, but like at least for now, I would be really happy if these came out, and again to coincide with Splatoon.
Yeah, I think, the neon yellow really surprised me yesterday because I felt like gray, neon red, neon blue, I felt like they'd go with something more traditional. But the fact that they have now introduced a third set of neon colors, if they all of a sudden 180 and just did like green, that would seem really weird and not sort of fit. So I feel like this may actually be our legitimate Joy-Con future. This may be a nice peek into what we could be getting later this year, and I feel like Nintendo really wants to do sort of the bright and bold thing, and give their Joy-Con a little bit more pizzazz than what we've come to expect from controllers.
Do we think that it's going to be gray as the only like muted kind of basic color, or do you think they're going to come out with like black and white ones?
No, I do think we eventually get white for sure. But like I'm more interested in like Joy-Con that have like designs on them, so that's what I want the future of the Joy-Con to be. But these mock-ups here, like, they do look pretty sweet.
Do you think, more and more I think that there won't be any, I think that custom Joy-Con with designs is going to come from sort of individual artists. I don't know that Nintendo will utilize the very small space and put anything on there. I feel like these color differences are kind of going to be their Joy-Con plan going forward.
What I'm totally fine with, because they're so out there and unique already. Like, there's nothing that you can really get on the market that looks like that. So I'm okay with it, because they're so small and kind of just like an accent to the screen that it'd be hard to put some complex design on them.
And I am curious if they'll release, they did the blue and red. Do you think they'll eventually do any other combo packs, or will they be sold as individuals?
If they do a Splatoon, they could do Splatoon green and pink.
Yeah, that's a good point. I do wonder if one day, and maybe for like a big tentpole release like a Mario Odyssey, if they will mess with the colors of the buttons at all. That's something that we saw in pre-release mock-ups. There was an Instagram artist who was doing like Bowser and Zero Suit Samus and a whole slew of unique and interesting Joy-Con mock-ups, but he had the buttons being different colored. Do you think they ever venture down that path?
I hope so.
I don't know. I kind of think that this is kind of going to be their, at least for this year. I don't think they're going to change anything up until maybe with like Mario Odyssey, if they do something that's like white with red buttons or something. But I think that this is more the path that they're going.
Yeah, interesting. And I do think, personally, if I had to put my money on something, I feel like neon is going to be their shtick for when it comes to releasing Joy-Con. And I'm glad we're getting another one. And I assume that we'll have more by the holiday season. But yeah, let us know what you think of these mock-ups. Which is your favorite, and are you excited by the prospect of Nintendo going all neon for the foreseeable future with their accessories? What colors would you like to see, and which of these would you be willing to fork over the coin for? Before we get out of here, which of these 7 displayed is your favorite? And you can pick one of the originals if you want.
I'll
Green.
go with... Go ahead.
Green. For me, I think
okay,
it looks really cool.
I like the orange one.
I think the pink looks really good, but honestly, like, the blue is still my favorite. The blue, I think, is still like such a cool look, and people were joking in the Reddit thread that like neon red, you mean neon pink, because it is a very bright red and it doesn't photograph well. But what I like about these shots is that it's like true colors of the the controller. So yeah, let us know your favorite of these. Shout out to Nelson64 for throwing this together, and shout out to Nintendo for doing something different and being brave and kind of bold with their color choices. I like that ARMS is spawning a Joy-Con that not only is related to the game and the logo, but also a cool color, and hopefully they do something similar with Splatoon. It's just options, it's not required, so I like having that, especially as we get more and more multiplayer titles. We touched on this earlier, like you are going to want to have more controllers, and if you don't want to do the whole Pro Controller thing, then this is a great option. And hopefully they do come out with some different Pro Controllers. Well, that's an idea. Maybe they go Neon with the Joy-Con and Base with the Pro.
Ooh,
That could be cool.
That would be interesting. Let us know your thoughts on all that in the comments down below. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Nintendo Switch and whatever other Joy-Con colors they release. Hit that notification bell if you want to be the first to know. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. For myself, Jake, and Gabe, SwitchForce out.